Hey, I'm Marty Lennartz backstage at Lollapalooza with an old friend, G Love. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. What a day.
Beautiful. Last time I was here, it was like a record heat wave.
You played on that day when it was 104 degrees.
104 degrees. I wore a three-piece suit just for the just to, I don't know why. I almost passed out on stage though.
Because you wanted to look cool. You wanted to look natty. But
I
you weren't
just-
cool.
I was hot, man. I was better than cool. I was hot.
So you played at Lollapalooza 2 years ago. If you had a chance to walk around and see what's going on here now, has it changed at all for you? What do you think?
Well, I just hit the scene and I just went straight to play the Kitty Palooza stage.
Oh, how'd that go, man?
That was cool. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of kids there just yet, but there was a lot of people. But it was cool. But I had done one like that at Bonnaroo or something like that, and it was a lot of fun playing for the kids. So
Do you have kids' songs?
I do. Well, a lot of I have a song Jungle Gym, which was on the Curious George soundtrack,
Right.
and so I play that one, and then I have just a lot of fun songs like the song Milk and Cereal, and I have this one song called Superhero Brother, which is kind of funny and political, and then I do like a Bob Dylan, like the Freight Train Blues off of his first record, and Elmo's song, and a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, this has been kind of a whirlwind for you. Aren't you just in from Japan?
I am. Well, when we played Fuji Rock Festival last weekend, so we flew to Japan for the weekend.
Just for the weekend?
Yeah, which was for basically a night. We had we flew into Tokyo, drove 4 hours to the mountainside where the festival is, and then crashed out, got up, did press and stuff, played the show, and then right after the show watched the Beastie Boys, then got in the van back to Tokyo and left the next morning. So it was a whirlwind.
That's a kind of wow. That's a jet lag I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I gotta say though, we were over there so quick that I didn't really get too much jet lag. It was
You didn't
just
get
more
lagged.
like I think it was more like just getting beat up for the weekend, and then kind of had this week to recuperate before the big show.
Now you got to meet the Beastie Boys while you were there.
I did. I got which was pretty cool for me. Actually, I had met Mike D years ago backstage at the Metro.
Really?
Yeah, where we played with the Boredoms, who were on the. Was that Lollapalooza? No, that was some Beastie Boys tour that was going on then. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I got to meet those guys and got them to sign my guitar like a big dork, and I definitely have been
You're a huge fan.
since I've been in junior high. So.
Yeah, so they were a big influence for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you put together hip hop. You put together hip hop with blues and rock. And speaking of another influence, you worked with John Hammond this year.
Yeah, that's right.
Last year.
We did a great record called Push Comes to Shove, and it was just an awesome record for John, and it was really we kept it really down and dirty, and I was really happy with it. Plus, John recorded 5 of his original compositions, which was kind of a first for him. And it was
Tell us a
awesome.
little bit about John Hammond.
Well, John Hammond is he's a guy that put out his first record in 1962. His father was probably the most legendary A&R guys of all time. Signed everybody from Stevie Ray Vaughan to Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, and Etta James, and a whole other bunch of other people. And anyhow, John, in his own right, became a great Delta blues player. And early in the '60s, his first band was The Band, and I think later he kind of hooked up Dylan with those guys, and I don't know, kind of like an unsung hero of the Greenwich Village scene, which a lot of major artists came through and out of.
Yeah. Tell us what a thrill that must have been to work with someone who you've really appreciated and been influenced by all those years.
Yeah, well, I first heard John when I had started experimenting playing the guitar and the harmonica at the same time, and I figured someone else must be doing it besides Dylan and Neil Young, and I went to this record store in Philadelphia, and they turned me on a John Hammond record, and I immediately connected with them, musically, and just like looking at his picture on the cover of his record, I felt like I can do this, and it was just like a real idol for me. And throughout high school, I saw many of his performances whenever he'd come to the blues or the folk festivals in Philadelphia, and watching one man, play guitar and attack it with so much force and power. I mean, because when he performs it's usually solo acoustic, and he's like a tornado on stage,
Right.
and there's nothing quite like it. And I said, man, you can do other things besides just strum the acoustic guitar, and it can actually be like a really, you know, kind of devastatingly hard instrument. So I learned a lot of everything I do on stage from watching John. You know.
Wow. That's really cool. Now, you have a history with Chicago, not only playing here and having a lot of fans here, but the first concert you ever saw was the Blues Brothers.
That's right. Yeah, man. It's true. My parents took me to see the Blues Brothers when I was 8 years old at the Mann Music Center in Philadelphia, and my second concert was George Thorogood. So I definitely
Wow.
somehow kind of connected with the blues unintentionally at a young age. You know.
Now, you have a new DVD.
That's right. Yeah, it's called A Year and a Night, and it just came out this past week, and it's really kind of a nitty-gritty, behind-the-scenes look at a touring band.
It's
and
not just a concert film.
No, it's definitely kind of uncomfortable for me to watch because it's like it's really real, you know. But there's definitely, you know, band arguments and a lot of funny moments as well. But I think if you're a fan of the band, you'll really get off on it. And I think that if you never even heard about the band, you find it to be like an interesting just documentary.
Well, you know, with band arguments in this DVD that you can actually watch, do you watch that and then see ways that you can improve your relationship with your band members? Like, everybody should watch this, and this is what we shouldn't do.
Right. Well, I mean, honestly, as long as everybody gets on stage every night and throws it down for that hour and a half, I think that's the most important thing. And, you know, being in a band is kind of like being in a dysfunctional family. I don't think there's too many bands that go unscathed through, you know, living together in a van or a tour bus, or, you know, and we've been together for 14 years now. So,
Yeah.
I mean, at least everybody still wants to
Same guys,
pay their mortgage.
Same guys, 14 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. And we added Mark Boyce,
Uh-huh.
who plays organ in the band. He's been with us for just about a year now.
Yeah. So Lemonade has been out for how long now? It came out last year.
It
Near the
came
end of
out
last
a year ago today, actually. No, a year ago Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
So, and you've been working that record. You've been touring pretty tirelessly. We've seen you
Yeah.
here in Chicago a few times.
I know. You sick of me yet?
Not at all. But it's nice to have you here when it's warm out. Last time was pretty cold.
I
It
know,
was
yeah.
wintertime.
Yeah, we've been having some. We've had a great thing in Chicago over the years, and we were doing this Halloween show here for many years, and Chicago's definitely seen me at my best and my worst. Actually, the last time I played here at Halloween, I had like laryngitis and I felt really bad, but we've definitely put on some good shows since then.
Yeah, well, the last two times you did the XRT show at Cubby Bear and also